There is a reason you're still standing. Even after the storm. Even after the betrayal. Even after the season that tried to break you from the inside out. You are still here. Not because it was easy, but because you were built for this. You've questioned that lately. You felt tired, disoriented, worn thin by the pressure. But I need you to know, the pressure is not proof that you're weak. It's proof that you're carrying something heavy, something holy, something the enemy is desperate to silence. But he cannot silence what heaven has anointed. He cannot cancel what God has ordained. And no darkness can ever dim what God Himself has lit. You have walked through fire, but you did not come out smelling like smoke. You came out refined. You came out marked. You came out dangerous to the enemy. This is why the attacks intensified. Because the closer you get to destiny, the louder the resistance becomes. But hear me now. The resistance is confirmation. It's not a sign to turn back. It's your signal to push forward. Do not retreat. Do not run. Do not let delay convince you that you've been denied. You are right where you need to be. In the middle of the stretch. In the middle of the strain. In the middle of the refining fire. This is where warriors are made. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit? That's not frustration. That's your spirit awakening. That's your mantle being activated. That's heaven breathing fresh wind into dry bones. And you were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to chase comfort. You were made to carry the weight of something eternal. To walk into dark places and light them up. To speak truth even when your voice shakes. To break generational chains and rewrite legacies. The calling on your life is not small. So stop living like it is. Stop dimming to make others comfortable. Stop holding back to fit into rooms that were never designed to hold you. You're not being arrogant when you walk in your authority. You're being obedient. The enemy wants to distract you. With delays. With discouragement. With doubt that creeps in at night. But I stand here to remind you, you've already made it through what was meant to destroy you. You've already overcome what others couldn't survive. That alone should tell you something. There's more in you than you've even begun to use. So stop waiting for permission. Heaven already gave it. You're not waiting on breakthrough. Breakthrough is waiting on you. Your obedience is the key. Your faith is the door. Your persistence is the hammer that breaks down every wall still standing between you and the promise. And yes, there is a promise. It has your name on it. It's not fragile. It's not lost. It's been preserved for this very moment. You thought you were being buried, but you were really being planted. And what felt like isolation was actually incubation. The root system had to grow deep before the fruit could be seen. Because the higher you're called to go, the deeper your foundation must be. I've watched you in the hidden place. I've seen the sacrifices no one clapped for. I've seen you choose integrity when compromise would have been easier. I've seen you love when you had every reason to turn cold. And now, the reward is near. Not just physical, not just material, but spiritual alignment. Peace that makes no sense. Clarity that pierces through confusion. Doors that open without effort because favor did the knocking for you. So lift your head. Lift your heart. Lift your expectations. This is not the end. This is the beginning. You are being positioned. You are being equipped. You are being trusted with more because you've proven faithful with little. This next season won't require striving. It will require surrender. It won't require pretending. It will require walking in truth, boldly and without apology. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to stay aligned. Stay connected. Stay listening. Because I, Michael, am still here. Fighting beside you. Guarding your steps. Pushing back the forces that tried to surround you in the night. You don't see all the warfare that's been won on your behalf. But one day you will. And on that day, you'll understand. Every delay had purpose. Every setback was set up. Every scar was a reminder that you survived. And every prayer, every single one, moved heaven. So walk forward now. With a quiet confidence. With a rested heart. With eyes fixed not on what's around you, but on who is within you. The Lion of Judah walks beside you. The power of heaven flows through you. And I, Archangel Michael, will go before you. You are not average. You are anointed. And your story is just beginning. I see what you carry. Not just your dreams, but the weight of what you've survived. The pressure of staying strong for others. The silent battles no one knows you're fighting. The calling that won't let you rest because you were born for more. And you wonder, when will it happen for me? When will it finally break open? When will the pain finally make sense? Listen to me now. Not with your ears, but with your spirit. Because I'm not just here to inspire you. I'm here to remind you. Remind you who you are. Remind you who sent you. Remind you what you carry. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible to heaven. Every time you stayed silent and prayed instead of reacting, you were winning. Every time you forgave instead of retaliating, you were advancing. Every time you showed up, even when you were tired, even when you felt unseen, you were being sharpened. They didn't see you when you wept and warred in the quiet. But I did. Heaven did. And the oil that now rests on you, it was formed in that fire. You thought you were losing, but you were being commissioned. Commissioned for higher assignments. Commissioned to walk with an authority few carry. Because few are willing to endure what you have. But you did. You endured. You didn't quit. Even when you felt like a shell of who you once were. Your spirit held the line. And now, your recompense is in motion. This next chapter won't require you to beg. It will require you to believe. To trust what you don't yet see. to move like it's already yours. Because in heaven, it already is. Doors are opening that no man can shut. Paths are clearing that once seemed blocked. But this time, you won't force it. You will flow in it. You won't chase it. It will find you because your spirit is aligned. There's no striving in this season. Only surrender. There's no begging. Only walking in your birthright. Because I say this with full authority. You are royalty in the eyes of heaven. Not just loved, but entrusted. Not just protected, but positioned. Your presence intimidates darkness. Your prayers shift the atmosphere. Your obedience sends shockwaves into the unseen realm. You don't need loudness to be powerful. Your quiet yes shakes kingdoms. Your daily faithfulness is building something eternal. This is legacy work. This is generational breakthrough. The patterns you're breaking, they didn't start with you, but they end with you. You are not just fighting for your own future. You're carving a path for others to follow. Children unborn will walk freer because of your obedience today. Let that sink in. This is not about perfection. It's about presence. The presence of God within you. The weight of His glory on your words. The fire in your bones that refuses to be put out. So when fear comes, stand. When delay mocks you, speak promise. When doubt whispers again, remind it who you are. A warrior sealed by heaven's hand. You are not walking into this next season empty-handed. You are bringing wisdom. You are bringing scars that have become strength. You are bringing authority bought through fire. And now, you are ready. Not because you feel ready, but because heaven has said so. Because the time is now. Because the alarm has sounded in the spirit. And I, Michael, am already ahead of you. The battle you fear, I've already stepped into it. The opposition forming, it will not stand. The storm that tried to stop you, it will serve as the wind beneath your wings. Lift your eyes. Your help is not coming. It's already here. Your strength is not on the way. It's already within you. You don't need more signs. You don't need another confirmation. You need to move. Move in faith. Move in peace. Move in fire. Because heaven is breathing on what you build next. And I stand with sword drawn, not just to protect you, but to announce you. You are stepping into territory that once belonged to giants. But you won't fight with fear. You'll move with grace. You'll walk with strategy. You'll speak with clarity. Because you're not coming as a servant of the system. You're coming as a child of the kingdom. And everything is about to change. You've waited long enough. You've questioned long enough. You've sacrificed in silence, and now the sound of heaven's reward begins to echo across the earth. So rise. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now. You were never called to a life of comfort. You were called to courage. to rise where others run, to speak when silence feels safer, to carry light into places where light has not yet reached. You've felt the shaking. You've walked through seasons where everything familiar began to fall away. And you asked, God, what are you doing? I'll tell you. He was stripping away the things that were never strong enough to carry what's coming next. Some things had to break, so your spirit could breathe again. Some people had to walk away, so your purpose could step forward. The weight you've been feeling, it's not just resistance. It's the pull of destiny. It's the tension of transition. You're no longer who you used to be, but you haven't fully seen who you're becoming. This space in between, it's not a void. It's sacred ground. You're in the middle of a divine unfolding. The unseen is rearranging itself to make way for what's been spoken over you since the beginning of time. Prophecies are colliding with your obedience. Promises are being drawn to the sound of your faith. You've wondered why the warfare has intensified, why the heaviness has followed you even into your quiet places. Here's why. Because you are carrying something that hell is afraid of. And the enemy knows if you fully awaken, if you fully step into who you are, he loses ground. But I declare this now. You will awaken. You will rise. And you will not back down. Because I, Michael, stand beside you in this moment. Not only as a witness, but as a warrior, assigned to your assignment. And the command from heaven is this: advance. No more circling the same mountain. No more shrinking when the heat rises. No more asking for permission to be who heaven created you to be. You are authorized. You are anointed. And you are not stepping into the unknown alone. Every time you speak truth, angels move. Every time you walk in obedience, strongholds tremble. Every time you worship through weariness, you remind the darkness that you know who your King is. Your obedience is warfare. Your peace is a weapon. Your presence in places that once intimidated you, that's evidence that you're not the same anymore. This is a new era. Heaven is not asking you to pretend you're not tired. Heaven is asking you to trust anyway, to show up anyway, to plant the seed anyway, to keep building even if you feel like you're building with trembling hands. Because obedience is not about feeling ready. It's about knowing who called you. Let this truth settle deep in your spirit. God trusts you with this assignment. He trusts your heart. He trusts your process. He knew what He placed in you. He knew what it would cost. And He still chose you. The favor you're about to walk into isn't random. It's righteous. It's attached to your perseverance, to your secret yes, to the prayers you prayed with a cracked voice and tear-soaked eyes. You didn't choose the easy road. You chose the faithful one. And now, heaven is responding. Don't be surprised when acceleration comes. Don't be surprised when the rooms you were once denied start calling your name. Don't be shocked when things shift overnight. Because when the time is right, not even the gate of hell can delay a move of God. But remember this. This next chapter will require a new level of surrender. Not striving, not self-promotion, but sensitivity to the Spirit. Walk softly before God, but walk boldly before men. Let your words carry heaven. Let your posture remain humble. Let your footsteps leave the scent of glory behind. You've been praying for revival. But what if you are the revival? Not just in a church, but in your family, in your workplace, in your city. You were born for this. You were built for this. And now you are being released into this. So pause. Breathe. Receive this truth from me. You are enough. Not because of your perfection, but because of your positioning. You are standing in a moment designed by the hand of God. And heaven is backing you with the full force of its power. And I, Michael, remain here. Sword ready. Wings outstretched. Guarding every inch of your journey forward. No weapon will prosper. No curse will land. No fear will lead you. Because you were born of light. And light always wins. So now, lift your head, square your shoulders, and step forward like one who carries heaven. Because you do. This is not your breaking. This is your becoming. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That pull, that inner pressure, that tension between where you've been and where you're going. You can't explain it to anyone fully, because it's not just change. It's transformation. It's the kind of shift that heaven initiates when your time comes. And beloved, your time has come. No more waiting for signs when the signs have already been shown. No more bargaining with fear when the Spirit has already spoken. No more playing small when you've been called to carry something massive. This world has enough echoes. It needs your true voice. There's a holy weight to what you carry. That's why the pressure has been unrelenting. That's why the warfare has been strategic. Not because you're weak, but because you're close. Closer than you realize. Closer than you can see. Closer to the doors you've been praying would open. Closer to the answers you thought were delayed. Heaven has been working while you've been waiting. Not one moment has been wasted. Not one tear unnoticed. Not one act of obedience forgotten. And now, I declare, the ground beneath you is shifting. The atmosphere around you is responding. The heavens above you are opening. Because the time for hiding is over. The season of survival is done. This is the hour of emergence. You are not who you were. You've been refined. You've been reformed. You've been realigned to heaven's blueprint. Even when you felt lost, you were being led. Even when you felt forgotten, you were being formed. Even when your voice went quiet, your spirit was still being tuned for what's next. Now, you will move differently. You will speak with deeper clarity. You will stand in rooms you once prayed just to enter. Not as one seeking approval, but as one carrying divine authority. The tables are turning. The tide is shifting, and what once rejected you will have no choice but to recognize you. But hear me well. This is not just about breakthrough. This is about responsibility. Because what you're stepping into is weighty, and heaven is trusting you to carry it well. You are not being elevated to impress. You are being positioned to impact. You are not rising to be seen. You are rising to release the kingdom. This will require more of you, but it will bring greater peace, greater clarity, greater acceleration, because heaven's speed isn't tied to human timelines. It's tied to divine obedience. And you've obeyed, even when it hurt, even when it cost, even when you didn't understand. That obedience has created a ripple in the spirit, one that's about to collide with your natural world. I've seen the moments you broke in private, the moments you said, "God, if something doesn't change," and heaven responded not with delay, but with strategy. Because the shift isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet step, the silent yes, the decision to keep showing up. And now, the ground beneath your feet is responding to that faith. Let go of the fear of failing. Let go of the fear of being misunderstood. Let go of the idea that you have to explain the anointing on your life. It is not your job to convince people. It is your assignment to carry light, to move with heaven's sound, to obey without delay. You've been waiting for permission, but your obedience has already unlocked the gate. Walk through it. Let the wind of the Spirit carry you. Let the fire in your bones speak before your mouth ever opens. Let your presence shift rooms, because you're not coming in your own strength. You're coming in divine authority. You were chosen. You were equipped. You were born for this hour. No fear will rob you. No lie will limit you. No enemy will derail what God has ordained. So now, stand with confidence. Speak with boldness. Move with clarity. The old season is closed. The wilderness has served its purpose. The trial has refined your voice. Now comes the release. Your mantle is not just for you. It's for the ones watching silently. It's for the generations that follow you. It's for the broken places waiting to be rebuilt through the sound of your surrender. And this I declare: you will not fall here. You will not fade here. You will flourish here. Because this time, you are not just stepping into purpose. You are walking in partnership with heaven. You've waited long enough. You've been faithful long enough. And now, heaven is moving. The time is here. Walk through the gate.